Are you ready to discover the secret to getting rich in just 6 months without much effort? Imagine waking up every day knowing that your financial worries are a thing of the past, that you've cracked the code to building wealth swiftly and effectively. It sounds almost too good to be true, right? But what if I told you that with the right strategies, mindset, and a bit of dedication, this dream could be within your reach? In this video, we'll dive deep into the steps you need to take to make this a reality. We'll explore how diversifying your income streams, understanding different types of investments, and adopting a long-term mindset can set you on the fast track to financial freedom. By the end, you'll not only see the path to wealth, but also how to walk it with confidence. So, let's get started on this exciting journey toward a richer future. The first and perhaps most crucial step in your journey to wealth is diversification. Now, you might be wondering, what does diversification really mean? Think of it as not putting all your eggs in one basket. When it comes to building wealth, relying on a single source of income is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. One slip, and you could lose everything. Diversification is about creating multiple streams of income, ensuring that if one falters, others will keep you afloat. Picture your financial portfolio as a garden. A garden with just one type of plant is vulnerable. If a pest comes along that targets that specific plant, your entire garden could be wiped out. But if you have a variety of plants, your garden is more resilient. Some may suffer, but others will thrive. The same goes for your income. By spreading your investments across different areas, like stocks, real estate, and maybe even a side business, you're building a robust financial garden that can weather any storm. Diversifying your income doesn't necessarily mean working multiple jobs or investing in everything that comes your way. It's about being strategic. Start by assessing your current income sources and think about how you can expand them. If you're employed, consider side hustles that align with your skills or interests. If you're already investing, explore different markets or asset classes. The goal is to create a balanced portfolio that can sustain and grow your wealth over time. Now that you understand the importance of diversification, let's talk about passive income, a term that gets thrown around a lot. But what does it actually mean? Passive income is the holy grail of wealth building. It's money that flows in with little to no effort on your part once the initial work is done. Unlike your 9-to-5 job, where you exchange time for money, passive income works for you around the clock, even while you sleep. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your bank account grew overnight, not because you toiled away at a desk, but because you set up income streams that generate money on their own. This could be through investments in dividend-paying stocks, rental properties, or online businesses. The key is to identify opportunities where your money can work for you, rather than you constantly working for money. Building passive income requires an initial investment of time, effort, and often capital. But once these systems are in place, they can provide a steady stream of income with minimal ongoing effort. For instance, renting out property requires some upfront work in terms of purchasing and maintaining the property, but once tenants are in place, the income is largely passive. Similarly, creating an online course might take weeks or months to develop, but once it's live, you can earn money from each sale with very little additional work. The beauty of passive income is that it frees you from the constraints of time. You're no longer limited by the number of hours in a day, and your earning potential becomes exponentially greater. This is how you truly begin to build wealth and move closer to financial freedom. As you begin to explore different ways to generate passive income, it's essential to understand your investor profile. Let's start with the conservative investor. If you're someone who values stability and is wary of taking on too much risk, you might fall into this category. Conservative investors prioritize the preservation of their capital above all else. They're not looking for the next big thing, they're looking for safe, steady returns. Think of it like driving a car at a moderate speed, not too fast to risk an accident, but not so slow that you never reach your destination. This cautious approach often leads conservative investors to choose low volatility investments such as bonds, certificates of deposit, CDs, and blue chip stocks. These options might not offer the highest returns, but they provide a sense of security and peace of mind. Being a conservative investor doesn't mean you're playing it safe at the expense of growth. It's about understanding your risk tolerance and making choices that align with your financial goals. You might not see massive returns overnight, but you're also less likely to experience significant losses. Over time, this steady approach can still lead to substantial wealth accumulation, especially when combined with the principles of diversification and passive income. Next, let's consider the moderate investor. If you're willing to take on a bit more risk in exchange for potentially higher returns, you might identify with this profile. The moderate investor seeks a balance between risk and reward, understanding that some level of risk is necessary for growth, but it should be managed carefully. Imagine you're on a road trip. You're driving a bit faster than the speed limit, taking calculated risks to reach your destination quicker, but you're still careful to avoid reckless moves. This is how the moderate investor approaches their financial journey. They diversify their investments across various asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, striking a balance that allows for growth while still protecting against significant losses. Moderate investors often allocate a larger portion of their portfolio to stocks, which can offer higher returns, but they balance this with more stable investments like bonds. This approach allows them to benefit from market growth while having a safety net in place. It's about finding that sweet spot where you can grow your wealth without losing sleep over the ups and downs of the market. For those who thrive on the thrill of the market and are not afraid of taking risks, the aggressive investor profile might resonate with you. Aggressive investors are the go-getters of the financial world, always on the lookout for high-growth opportunities, even if it means embracing a higher level of volatility. Think of an aggressive investor as someone driving a sports car at top speed, weaving through traffic to get to their destination as quickly as possible. This approach is not without its risks, but the potential rewards are significant. Aggressive investors often gravitate towards growth stocks, emerging markets, and alternative investments like venture capital or private equity. They're comfortable with the idea that their investments might experience significant short-term fluctuations, as long as the long-term potential for growth is there. Being an aggressive investor requires a strong stomach for risk and a deep understanding of the market you're investing in. But for those who are up for the challenge, the potential for substantial returns can be incredibly rewarding. It's about making bold moves and being willing to ride the waves of the market to achieve your financial goals. No matter your investor profile, one principle remains universal: the power of long-term thinking. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the desire for instant gratification. We want results, and we want them now. But when it comes to building wealth, patience truly is a virtue. Long-term thinking is about resisting the temptation to chase quick wins and instead focusing on sustainable growth. It's about understanding that the actions you take today will compound over time, leading to significant results in the future. Think of it like planting a tree. You might not see much progress in the first few months, but with time, that tree will grow and bear fruit. This mindset shift is crucial for achieving financial success. It encourages you to think beyond the next paycheck or the next investment opportunity and consider how your decisions will impact your financial future. By focusing on long-term goals and staying committed to your strategy, you can weather the inevitable ups and downs of the market and come out ahead in the end. Another key element in your journey to wealth is transforming your relationship with money. In today's consumer-driven society, it's easy to fall into the trap of spending without thinking, chasing after the latest gadgets, fashion trends, or experiences that offer fleeting satisfaction. But to truly build wealth, you need to shift from being a mindless consumer to a conscious spender. Being a conscious spender doesn't mean you have to live a life of deprivation. Instead, it's about making intentional choices with your money, spending on things that truly add value to your life and align with your long-term financial goals. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, does this bring me lasting joy or just a momentary thrill? Will this help me achieve my financial goals, or is it just a distraction? By becoming more mindful of your spending habits, you can redirect your resources toward investments and opportunities that will grow your wealth rather than deplete it. This shift in mindset is crucial for anyone serious about achieving financial freedom. As you move forward on your journey to wealth, it's essential to regularly track your progress and make adjustments as needed. Think of it like navigating a ship. No matter how well you plan your course, you'll need to make corrections along the way to stay on track. Tracking your income, expenses, and investments is a crucial part of this process. It allows you to see where you're excelling and where there might be room for improvement. Are you consistently meeting your savings goals? Is your investment portfolio performing as expected? Are there areas where you're overspending? By keeping a close eye on these metrics, you can make informed decisions that keep you on the path to wealth. If you notice that a particular investment isn't performing as well as you hoped, you could adjust your strategy. If you find that your spending is creeping up in areas that don't align with your goals, you can rein it in. The key is to be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait until you're off course to make changes. Regularly reviewing your financial situation ensures that you're always moving closer to your goals. Tracking doesn't have to be complicated. There are countless tools and apps available that can help you monitor your finances with ease. The important thing is consistency. Whether you review your finances weekly, monthly, or quarterly, make it a habit. This discipline will pay off in the long run, helping you avoid pitfalls and stay focused on what really matters. One powerful strategy that can dramatically change your financial habits is the 90-day rule. This simple yet effective rule encourages you to delay major purchases for 90 days before making a decision. It's a form of delayed gratification that can prevent impulse spending and ensure that you're making purchases that truly add value to your life. Here's how it works. Let's say you're tempted to buy a new gadget or a luxury item. Instead of purchasing it immediately, you commit to waiting 90 days. During this period, you can research the item, consider its impact on your finances, and determine whether it's something you genuinely need or just a passing desire. Often, you'll find that the initial urge to buy fades, and you're able to make a more rational decision. The 90-day rule can also apply to financial goals. For instance, if you're thinking about making a significant investment or starting a new business venture, give yourself 90 days to plan and evaluate. Use this time to gather information, seek advice, and weigh the pros and cons. This approach not only helps you make better decisions, but also gives you the confidence to move forward with clarity and purpose. Incorporating the 90-day rule into your financial strategy can save you from unnecessary expenses and help you focus on what truly matters. It's about creating a buffer between impulse and action, allowing you to align your spending with your long-term goals. As we wrap up this journey on how to get rich in 6 months without much effort, it's important to remember that wealth building isn't about shortcuts or quick fixes. It's about making smart, strategic decisions that align with your financial goals and values. By diversifying your income, embracing passive income opportunities, understanding your investor profile, and adopting a long-term mindset, you can set yourself on the path to financial freedom. Remember, wealth is not just about accumulating money, it's about creating a life of abundance, security, and fulfillment. It's about having the freedom to pursue your passions, take care of your loved ones, and contribute to the causes you care about. And most importantly, it's about living life on your own terms. The strategies we've discussed, diversification, passive income, the 90-day rule, and more, are tools that can help you achieve these goals. But ultimately, the power to build wealth lies within you. It's in your mindset, your discipline, and your commitment to making the right choices, day in and day out. So, as you move forward, keep these principles in mind. Track your progress, make adjustments as needed, and never lose sight of the bigger picture. Whether you're a conservative, moderate, or aggressive investor, whether you're just starting out or already on your way, the path to wealth is one that you can walk with confidence and purpose. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Here's to your financial success. May your journey be as rewarding as the destination.